Though the series got off to a shaky start last generation, 2009's Killzone 2 was a massive success and set the bar very high for the third numbered entry. Gear up for another battle with the Hellgast. Taking place immediately after the events of its predecessor, players control Sergeant Thomas Sevchenko, otherwise known as Sev, across a single-player campaign that lasts around 6 hours on the standard difficulty setting. The plot takes a two-pronged approach. Sev and his fellow ISA members need to get off Helghan safely, and the Helghan government is forced to cope with the power vacuum left after the death of their ruler. The two main antagonists vying for power are Admiral Orlak, a high-ranking Helghan military official, and Jorhan Stahl, a wealthy industrialist whose weapons keep the Helghan army in business. Sev soon realizes that the war with the Helghan is far from over.
Is it? You build the weapons, Stahl, and I'll decide how to use them. Vasari may have tolerated you, Stahl, but I am not Vasari.
Unfortunately, that is abundantly clear.
Look, Sev.
Ancillary characters like Sev's de facto partner Rico Velasquez, his commanding officer Jason Narville, and a female ISA soldier named Jammer fill the predictable roles. The plot hits all of the expected notes, but it skillfully avoids being too heavy-handed.
Is that understood?
Yes, sir!
Sergeant Velasquez, are you too stupid to follow a direct order to shut the fuck up?
Captain?
Okay, listen up.
Gameplay is essentially unchanged. Players can opt for the standard Killzone controller layout, or an alternate mapping that resembles the Call of Duty control scheme. Using dozens of weapons of both human and Helghan origin, you'll fight your way through a variety of environments using cover-based gameplay, but you'll occasionally break for a stealth or a vehicle section. Whereas Killzone 2 was largely restricted to the industrial wasteland of Helghan, Killzone 3 offers up several new locations, including a swamp teeming with life and the wintry mountains of the planet. The cover system is adequate, but occasionally sticky. The stealth segments aren't particularly in-depth, but are a welcome change from the firefights, and the vehicle sections are numerous but without becoming repetitive, though the fact that some of them were on rails was somewhat disappointing. One thing that stands out is the resilience of your standard Hellgast. Many can take an entire clip to the chest before dying, and sometimes even a headshot won't guarantee a kill. To remedy this, ammo resupply crates can be found almost anywhere, though the one-hit brutal melee kills are far more entertaining. Multiplayer contains standard deathmatch and capture the flag inspired modes. The one that truly shines is Operations Mode, which supports up to 24 players in an objective-based match that includes cutscenes starring the top players from each team. Numerous soldier classes allow for character variety, and each one has a unique set of skills. There is also Cooperative Campaign Mode, but it is local split-screen co-op only, not online co-op, which seems like a strange decision on Guerrilla's part. Killzone 3 has the honor of being the first major first-person shooter to support the PlayStation Move, and we've found that it controls surprisingly well if the move is properly calibrated and if it's used in the proper location. It takes some getting used to, but a bit of tweaking will allow most gamers to approach the precision of a gamepad. If you do opt for motion controls, we strongly recommend purchasing the PlayStation Move Sharpshooter or the Precision Shot 3. A PlayStation Move navigation controller is pretty much required for comfortable play. Graphically, Killzone 3 is impressive to say the least. Character models are highly detailed, though the eyes can occasionally come off as a bit creepy, and the game maintained its high frame rate through every firefight, vehicle section, and boss battle. Environments are vast and slightly destructible, and loading times are hidden by the in-game cutscenes. The sound, on the other hand, is less than impressive. Guns don't sound nearly as powerful as they should, and the sounds of the battlefield tend to blend together. There are also some audio leveling problems with the soundtrack occasionally crackling or becoming distorted at certain volumes or frequencies. It stands out as the most disappointing aspect of the entire game, and it also does disservice to the excellent voice acting of Malcolm McDowell, Ray Winstone, and the rest of the voice cast. The music is equally good, with Joris Daman delivering a rousing score reminiscent of John Williams' work on Star Wars. The minor flaws in the otherwise polished first-person shooter experience that is Killzone 3 shouldn't dissuade you from playing it. Those only interested in the single-player campaign will be more than happy with a rental, but if you enjoy the multiplayer, Killzone 3 is well worth both your time and your money.